Good afternoon, everybody. This is Jimmy Humphrey coming to you live. Just wanted to make a quick observation and kind of social commentary on the issue of the protests that are going around the nation today and the role that media plays in making such protests possible. If you notice, I live here in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a fairly dense neighborhood. Across the street from me is a public park, and nobody is gathered, if you've noticed, at our public park here in Charlotte, North Carolina, in order to protest Donald Trump. And it's really kind of central park here. But it shows that in order to have a successful protest, you have to have media and mass media in order to make a protest possible. Because if there was no mass media, well, if everybody decided today to gather in this fairly decent-sized neighborhood park, the subdivision I live in, nobody would care about any of the protests going on. In fact, the only reason that most of us even know that there's a protest going on today is simply for the fact that we turn on our televisions and we see it. But if it were not for the TV and the news and social media and everybody be like, hey, yo, cool, I'm in a protest. If it weren't for the role of social media and mass media in particular, protest would look kind of ridiculous, because otherwise people would just be standing around in parks like this, maybe larger, not really doing anything, because, well, if the cameras aren't on, nobody can watch you and listen, and frankly, nobody would care. So it makes me question altogether just the general nature of protests and really how effectual they are, because you really don't do much in a protest other than getting together in a public area and getting on TV, because that's really all that you can do when you're protesting, unless of course your purpose in protesting is to unless your purpose of course is to simply to riot or vandalize and cause all sorts of craziness. But without that, we're just all kind of standing around. So today's kind of cool. It's kind of wet. If you're protesting in Charlotte, yeah, maybe you should just go home and blow up Twitter. You might actually get more traction blowing up Twitter on a daily basis in your protest, and everybody just hashtagging something and hashtagtivism sort of deal, than standing around in a park getting rained on and being viewed by a camera. Although that is kind of cool. But anyway, those are just my general thoughts. Sorry for a little rant here, a little ramble. But I just thought it was worth pointing out that without mass media, there are no protests. It takes the media to make a protest. It doesn't matter how many people you have together. Otherwise, you're not making a real point. So anyway, peace out. Enjoy your day. Stay warm.